Welcome to the channel. I just finished the Platinum Trophy for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and I wanted to share with you how I did it. This video contains the best Call of Duty tips, tricks, and tactics to help you unlock the Platinum Trophy in this game, and this is one of the hardest Platinum Trophies that I've ever seen in a Call of Duty game. If I've left anything out, or if you have any questions for me, please feel free to post in the comments below. I try to read every single comment, and I try to reply to most of them. Before we even get started, I'm going to let you know right now that the hardest trophy in the game is in Dead Ops Arcade 3, and it's called Reunited with Vitalina. I'm going to talk about that trophy last just because it is so time consuming and so difficult to earn, so be sure to stick around for the whole video so you get the best tips for the hardest trophy. First things first, how do you get the Platinum Trophy? The Platinum Trophy is unlocked after you get every other trophy in the game. Including the Platinum Trophy, there are a total of 45 trophies in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. In order to make this content as easy as possible to digest, I'm going to break the remaining 44 trophies into 3 categories: multiplayer, campaign, and zombies. I'm going to cover the multiplayer trophies first because they're the easiest, and there are only 5 of them. The first trophy that I want to talk about is called Maschine. You earn this trophy after you get 100 kills as the driver, pilot, or passenger of a vehicle in multiplayer. To earn this trophy, I played a lot of Fireteam Dirty Bomb, and I just got into the choppers and the tanks whenever possible. Even when people kill them pretty quickly, you can still get 1 or 2 kills, and eventually you'll get the Mean Machine trophy. To get the Party Patrol trophy, you need to get 10 squad wipe medals in Fireteam Dirty Bomb. And I like the idea of combining these 2 trophies. While you're driving around in your tank or your chopper, try to wipe out as many squads as possible. That's going to earn you the Party Patrol. I also believe that it was possible back when they were doing Fireteam duos to earn this just by eliminating a duo. So I'd recommend, if you still need this trophy, to keep your eye out for Fireteam Dirty Bomb playlist updates that feature duos. The final 3 trophies in multiplayer you can earn just by playing regular old multiplayer. You don't need to play the Fireteam Dirty Bomb playlist. We've got Go the Distance, which is just winning 50 matches of multiplayer, The Fixer, which is getting 200 eliminations in multiplayer, and Calling It In, which is getting 50 kills with lethal score streaks in multiplayer. Really, all you're trying to do is get some kills, use lethal score streaks, and win games. If you're struggling getting the lethal score streaks, I'd recommend using the RCXD, because you should be able to earn that every single game you play and get 1 kill with it at least every other time. That wraps up the multiplayer trophies, and now it's time to move on to the trophies that you earn by playing the campaign. The campaign is where you will come across the majority of the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War trophies. The campaign has a total of 25 trophies, and I've broken them down into 3 sections. The first section consists of 14 trophies. You can see those trophies on your screen right now. You earn those 14 trophies by playing through the campaign on either Veteran or Realism difficulty. Personally, I played through the campaign on Realism difficulty, and I found that it wasn't all that difficult compared to previous Call of Duty campaigns. Playing through the campaign on Veteran is usually a prerequisite to the Platinum Trophies for Call of Duty games, so if you've ever gotten a Platinum Trophy in any Call of Duty game before, getting through Veteran on Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War should be no challenge at all for you. This campaign took me, I believe, 7 or 8 hours to finish compared to the usual 8 to 10 hours. And as if all that wasn't enough, at the beginning of the campaign, you actually get to choose a couple of perks to carry with you throughout the campaign. Of course, if you want more of a challenge, you can forego choosing these perks. Or you can get yourself some extra bullet damage, extra hit points, or whatever else you like from the list. The next group of trophies only has 3 trophies in it, and these are trophies that you can earn throughout the campaign. They are not specific to any mission, and as long as you're going for these trophies, you should be able to unlock them pretty early on in the campaign. The first one is called Keep Your Friends Close, and to earn that trophy, all you need to do is perform Body Shield 5 different times. The tutorial for Body Shield is in the first campaign mission. Basically, all you have to do is sneak up behind an enemy and hold in the melee button, just like you would do if you were doing an assassination in multiplayer or Warzone. The second trophy in this category is called Jack of All Trades. To earn the Jack of All Trades trophy, you need to get 5 kills each with an LMG, an SMG, an assault rifle, and a shotgun. You can complete this trophy using the weapons that you start each mission with, or you can just pick up weapons from enemies. Either way works just fine. The next trophy is called Old Faithful. And to get Old Faithful, you need to kill 200 enemies with an assault rifle. For purposes of this trophy, I believe that the M16 also counts as an assault rifle, so keep that in mind. Really, none of those trophies should pose you much difficulty, and even if you do happen to miss one during your playthrough, it's pretty easy to go back and clean that up with the chapter select. Speaking of chapter select, you may need to use that for the following 8 trophies because each of these trophies is going to be mission specific. Our first mission specific trophy is in the mission Fracture Jaw, which, by the way, if you are playing on PlayStation and you experience your controller dying with a white light flashing in the back of it, I've got a video on my channel telling you how to fix that. You should be able to get away from that if you just update your system software, but that's sort of a different topic. Anyway, getting back on track here, in the mission Fracture Jaw, there is a trophy called Scorched Earth. To earn the Scorched Earth trophy, you need to destroy all enemy vehicles and mortar teams while defending Firebase Ripcord at the end of this mission. This is kind of a time-limited trophy because eventually you'll be asked to land at Firebase Ripcord. You'll need to circle around the base several times, making sure to destroy all the vehicles and all the mortar teams as soon as possible. Just keep an eye on the gameplay down below and you'll be able to see where all those are. The key here is to destroy the mortar teams first. There are going to be 5 of those in total. And then you need to destroy all 11 vehicles. The key to destroying the vehicles is to be sure you destroy all of the vehicles in each caravan, and once you do that, the trophy should pop. The next mission-specific trophy comes in the mission Red Light, Green Light, and this one's pretty easy. All you need to do is shoot 15 metal targets on Main Street during this mission. As I went through the mission, I was being very cautious to go through and count as many as I could. Just make sure to explore everything that you can on Main Street before climbing up and going into the next area, and you should be able to find plenty of targets to shoot. The next 2 mission-specific trophies are both in the mission Echoes of a Cold War. The first one is called Patriot Arrow, and to earn this trophy you need to kill an enemy with the bow while ziplining in this mission. If you miss your shots on the zipline, then I would recommend reloading at the most recent checkpoint to try again. The second mission-specific trophy to Echoes of Cold War is called Explosive Finish, and I found this one to be pretty challenging on realism. In fact, I would say this was the hardest part of the campaign for me, was getting this trophy to pop. And that's because you're on this elevator, and the elevator is ascending. It's very disorienting. You need to basically memorize all of the enemy spawns and try to shoot as many barrels as possible. At the end of all this, it probably would have been faster for me to just go back into Mission Select after completing the campaign and getting this on Recruit difficulty. On the screen right now, you can see my final unedited run to get the Explosive Finish trophy. And basically, you just have to memorize everything, like I said. And your goal here is to get 12 kills with explosive barrels without dying, and that's going to be pretty difficult on realism because you're getting shot from all directions. Once you've gotten the Explosive Finish trophy, the next mission-specific trophy is going to be in the mission called End of the Line. This trophy is called Everyone, and to obtain this trophy, you need to kill 25 enemies with the AC-130 while defending the rooftops. The way this mission works is you work your way through this mansion onto the rooftop. Once you make it to the rooftop, you have the ability to control an AC-130, call in the AC-130, and basically kill as many enemies as possible. This one's a little bit tricky because as soon as the AC-130 finishes, you're going to get a checkpoint. But no big deal, even if that happens, you can come back and get this trophy later on with the Chapter Select feature on Recruit difficulty. And speaking of the Chapter Select feature, you're definitely going to need to make use of that to get at least one of the next 2 trophies.
Now, we've got a job to do.
These trophies are pretty confusing, and they are both in the Break On Through mission. It's a little bit difficult to describe this mission without giving out any spoilers, but I'm going to do my best here. If you think I did a good job, don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to my channel, and also leave a comment that just says, good job. The mission Break On Through kind of reminds me of the movie Groundhog Day, because you're basically replaying the same scenario over and over again, and Adler's giving you different recollections of what happened in the past. So when Adler says something like, you picked up the M16 in front of you, you have 2 choices. You can either follow his recommendation, or you can do something completely different like run past the M16. One of the trophies on this mission is called the Red Door, and in order to unlock the Red Door, you need to disobey Adler's order to go through the door. It's a little bit confusing, but you can see how to do it on the screen right now. In order to unlock the Mind Trip trophy, you have to see all possible memories in this particular mission, and that means you will have to replay it, because at some point you either have to obey Adler or disobey Adler. When playing through the game on Veteran or Realism difficulty, I would recommend that you obey Adler and just do everything he says. Later on, when you're playing through to get the trophy for Mine Trip and the Red Door, just play through and do the opposite of everything Adler says, and you should get this trophy. The 8th and final mission-specific trophy is called Scorched Earth 2. This trophy is kind of like a ground-based version of the Scorched Earth trophy from Fracture Jaw. At the very beginning of the final countdown mission, you'll have a chance to earn the Scorched Earth 2 trophy. When the mission begins, you will be a passenger in a vehicle, and your job is to blow up all the trucks and guard towers on the way to the monastery. Just like with Explosive Finish, this one took me quite a few tries on realism difficulty, and I've left the final unedited version for you. So just rewind it and watch it a few times. Once you've watched it, you'll be able to have memorized all the different locations for all the trucks and the towers, and this trophy shouldn't be too bad for you, I hope. Even if it is, you can come back with Chapter Select and play it on Recruit. That should be a whole lot easier. Once you've finished the campaign on Veteran or Realism difficulty and gone through all of the different cleanup trophies that we just mentioned, you should have completed all of the campaign trophies. That leaves us with the final and by far the most difficult set of trophies in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and those are the Zombies trophies. Just like with the campaign trophies, I've broken the Zombies trophies into 3 different sections. The first section has 2 trophies, the second section has 7 trophies, and the third section has 5 trophies. This gives us a grand total of 14 trophies for the Zombies mode. The first trophy is called Sock It To Me, and the only thing you have to do for this is to upgrade 1 skill in the Zombies skill list. As you play through D Maschine or Firebase Z and you get to the higher rounds, you're going to unlock Ether Crystals. These crystals can be used to upgrade skills, weapons, and things like that. As soon as you upgrade your very first skill, that is going to give you the Sock It To Me trophy. And once you've upgraded 6 perks to Tier 3, you'll get the 6-pack trophy. I'd like to shift over to talking about D Maschine, which is where the next 7 trophies are going to be located. Firebase Z does not have any specific trophies to it, because it was not in the game when the game launched. The first trophy that I want to talk about is called Entomophobia, and to unlock this trophy you need to stay in the yard for 15 rounds. That means you're going to be stuck with just your starter weapon and buying ammo for it. You'll also be able to craft different types of items at the workbench. But really all you need to do is properly train the zombies. You can expect a megaton zombie to spawn in. You can kill him if you want, you don't have to. All you need to do is kill the regular zombies to get to the end of round 15. In the gameplay on the screen, you can see that I did this using the XM4. This was as soon as the game came out, so I really didn't know which gun to use, so I just grabbed the first assault rifle. That worked fine for me, and I unlocked this trophy on my first attempt. If the XM4 doesn't quite cut it for you, then I would recommend using one of the light machine guns. My personal favorite light machine gun, and the one that I would recommend to try to unlock this trophy, would be the Stoner. The next trophy I want to talk about is a trophy called Nightmare at 20 feet. This is a hidden trophy, and all you need to do to unlock this trophy is to kill 100 enemies without leaving the top of the crashed plane wing. I would recommend getting this trophy in the early rounds of the game, somewhere around round 7 or 8. If you're using a pack-a-punched weapon, this should be pretty easy for you. And just like with the Entomophobia trophy, I would recommend using the Stoner if you're having trouble unlocking this trophy. You can also climb up the plane wing as early as possible and just stay there with the combat knife. In the early rounds, the combat knife is always going to be a one-hit kill, and you shouldn't get overrun by zombies until right around the time this trophy pops. There's also a trophy called Heavy Metal. This one's pretty straightforward. All you need to do to get that trophy is forge the Pack-a-Punch machine. There are countless guides out on YouTube to show you how to do this. But basically, all you need to do is go turn on the power, take a portal, and then take a part back to the center room. The next trophy is called Carpe Diem. In D Maschine, you need to free the lost decompressive isotropic estrangement machine. Again, there are a lot of tutorials out on YouTube that show you how to do this. Once you've killed the first megaton, he's going to drop a key card. You take that key card into the weapons lab. That's going to give you a remote control. You take that remote control into the living room, and you lure zombies into the trap there. Once enough zombies get sucked into it, that's going to open up the door, and then you can grab the die machine. Doing all of that should be enough to unlock the Carpe Diem trophy. Once you have that die machine, go ahead and hang on to it because the next trophy is going to be 2 birds, 1 stone. To earn this trophy, you need to kill the 2 split megatons with a single shot, and the die machine is perfect for that. When you kill the first megaton zombie, it's going to spawn into 2 smaller ones, All you need to do is land a regular die shot in the middle of those two, and you should get the 2 birds, 1 stone trophy. The next trophy in D Maschine is called Craftwork, and to get this trophy you need to craft 14 different types of items in one match. When Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War first launched, there were only 14 different items you could craft, so this trophy was pretty self-explanatory. But nowadays there are more items that you can craft. I would recommend finding the 14 cheapest items that you can craft. I would also recommend putting a focus on the regular salvage items, that's the green salvage and not the blue salvage, which is the last tab. And also collecting as much salvage as possible. There are weapon attachments that maximize this for you. So I would recommend using the highest level weapon attachment that you have unlocked that says plus salvage drop. That takes us to the final trophy in D Maschine, which is called Seal the Deal. The trophy says in D Maschine, close the rift. What this is referring to is completing the main Easter egg in D Maschine. Just like with the Carpe Diem and the heavy metal trophies, there are tons of detailed guides out here on YouTube that will tell you exactly how to do all that. The very, very basic steps to doing the Easter egg are to unlock all 4 of the elemental variants of the die machine, construct this thing called an ether scope that lets you talk to ghosts, trap a megaton inside the research chamber inside the same room with the speed cola, travel back and forth to the dark ether to learn the story, protect an NPC zombie character while he disables the machine, and then reach the chopper. That's about the fastest guide you'll ever see on that Easter egg, and I left out tons of details. If anyone's having trouble doing the Easter egg, please let me know in the comments down below, because I have a couple of gameplays from the Easter egg saved up, and if there's enough interest, I can put a guide up on my channel here. That takes us to the end of the D Maschine trophies, and now for the last set of trophies, and these are by far the most difficult trophies, Dead Ops Arcade 3. For anyone who doesn't already know, Dead Ops Arcade is a top-down 2D shooter. This was kind of a bonus game mode. It was hidden back in Black Ops 1, and it was so popular that they made a sequel called Dead Ops Arcade 2, and it's made a 3rd return here in Black Ops Cold War. By far the most difficult trophy in the game for me was Reunited with Fidelina. We're going to save that one for last, and we're going to talk about the other 4 trophies first. The first trophy is called Survive the Wild. This trophy isn't too bad, and when you play through the game for Reunited with Fidelina, this one is going to unlock automatically if you don't already have it. So we're not going to spend a lot of time talking about this one. All you need to do is escape from the wild. The next trophy is called Dungeon Diver, and to unlock that trophy you need to visit every corner of a deadly dungeon. Throughout Dead Ops Arcade, there are several different optional dungeon areas, and all you need to do to get the Dungeon Diver trophy is make sure you go into every room of any one of those dungeons. That's going to cause the trophy to appear. The third trophy is called Forever Fated. This trophy is just like Survive the Wild because it will unlock automatically while you play through Dead Ops Arcade to earn the Reunited with Fidelina trophy. To earn Forever Fated, you just need to find your destiny in the Room of Fate. If you're not familiar with Dead Ops Arcade, you probably have no idea what that means. Basically, that just means you're going to unlock a perk for the rest of the game. The perks are offered to you in the Room of Fate. The fourth trophy is called Foul 5-Piece, and you need to get a chain of 5 chickens strung together in Dead Ops Arcade to unlock this trophy. Throughout Dead Ops Arcade, you can get into various bonus rooms. One of the bonus rooms has several chicken eggs, and if you get lucky, you'll be able to get 5 chickens from one of those bonus rooms. And if not, there is an area in the wild. It's kind of hard to describe where it is, but it's off to the right in the first section where you unlock a couple of doors. And it's right around some bosses near a bunch of Tesla coils. There's a small area up here that contains 5 chickens. If you run through all the chickens, you should get the trophy once the chickens go away. I also learned the hard way that you get the Foul 5-Piece trophy if you go down while the chickens are following you. The hardest trophy in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is called Reunited with Fidelina. I saved this trophy for last because it's going to take quite a bit of tips, tricks, and tactics to get this trophy. At least it took me quite a while. The first thing you should know is that just a few weeks ago, the Solo Advanced Start option was added to Dead Ops Arcade. Previously, if you were playing solo in Dead Ops Arcade and you died, you had to start the entire game over. Now, with the Advanced Solo Start option, you'll be able to start in the highest area that you were in. This sounds great, and this was enough to lure yours truly into playing Dead Ops Arcade, until I realized that getting through the higher rounds without having saved up armory and extra lives is really, really difficult. As a matter of fact, I played through several dozen attempts to get through the meatball stages, which are rounds 41 through 45. And finally, when I was in the next area with the werewolf, I found that was really difficult. And what I ended up doing was I ditched the idea of the solo advanced start because it just wasn't fun to play this game alone. I googled for a few different game guides on Dead Ops Arcade, links to those down in the description. I used that to learn what the different fates do, how to earn them, things like that. And while I was doing that, I was lucky enough to find a link to a Discord server. That link, by the way, is in the description down below. And a huge shout out to the folks on that Discord server, Treasure, El Santos, and Boots. We played through Dead Ops Arcade. It took us 3 or 4 tries. It was about 6 hours worth of gameplay. But these guys, they really knew their stuff, and I would strongly recommend that if you're trying to get this trophy, you check out this Discord server. They were a great group of guys to play with. I really enjoyed myself, and I enjoyed getting the Reunited with Fidelina trophy. You get this trophy after beating round 64 of Dead Ops Arcade. I recorded the entire thing, and all in all, it was about a 3.5 hour gameplay, and that was with 3 folks who really knew their stuff and they knew what they were doing, plus me. So they'd be in a much better position than me to give these tips, tricks, and tactics, but I'm going to try my best anyway. To unlock Reunited with Fidelina, what you want to do is you can either play the solo advanced start or solo if you know what you're doing, or you can join the Discord server down in the description and link up with a few of the guys from there. They really know their stuff. Basically, what you want to do is when you first go into the wild, you're going to stay there as long as possible, work your way through a couple of dungeons. If you're lucky, the dungeons will contain a Margwa, which will give you a free fate. Remember, the fates are basically bonuses that last the rest of the game. The best fates are the Firepower fate and what's called Feat of Fury. Firepower gives you double the damage, and Feat of Fury lets you have a faster run speed. Play through, and if you get real lucky, you'll get bonuses for all of your characters. Continue working your way through the wild, and you get to the Room of Fate. And if you've done everything right in the Easter egg, you will be able to tell which fate you've got. In our gameplay, we weren't able to get that, but it didn't really matter because at the end of the day, we defeated the Mama Back. Once the Mama Back was dead, I unlocked the Platinum Trophy for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And you can too if you follow these tips. If you want even more tips, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on my future Platinum Trophy guides, and don't forget to hit like on this video if it helped you out. And as always, thank you very much for watching.